before wash day because I got to wash my hair every 4 to 7 days. So for me, like I usually just wait till that time to get in the moisture in my hair. But with a newborn, with a business, a new baby, two new babies, because my baby is a baby and the business is still a baby. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Adora, aka New Cutie, and today I wanted to, talk about something that sometimes it kind of like, you know, I think about it a lot, but not that much. I think about it really, like the things that made like the setback I faced in my hair journey. So my daughter's hair is way longer than mine, or maybe not, but it is reasonably thicker and fuller, and her hair is basically the same length from root to tips. And I wanted to share the things I feel were the mistakes I made in my hair journey, or the things that maybe affected my hair journey that she has not faced and I pray she doesn't have to face. And so these are my tips for actually maintaining a consistent, healthy hair journey. Okay, so if you're into this kind of content, or you're someone that is wondering, okay, why am I stuck? Why do I have a lot of breakage, shedding, and my density seems to be affected and all of that? If that's your jam, then just keep on watching. Okay. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and also comment down below if you're going through any of such, or like maybe what's your biggest hair journey challenge right now in your natural hair journey or relaxed hair journey or whatever. Just let me know. Okay, so one of the things that I knew that the first thing, like my journey was smooth up until I started to have kids, right? And when I gave birth to my daughter, I had postpartum shedding, and which is relatively normal, but I wasn't aware that it was a thing, So um then I had a lot of stress, emotional stress. I lost my mom and stuff, kept it all in, didn't deal with that. Then I had a lot of expectations coming into motherhood that wasn't, so a lot of things were playing, and it took a toll on my body, postpartum shedding and wondering what's going on. Like a lot of times, like when you've grown really healthy hair, or when you've actually been, when hair has been like a very, very prominent conversation in your life, it almost kind of, kind of attaches itself to to you. So everybody that talks about you talks about hair and all of that. When you don't have it the way you used to, kind of affects you. So that was one. First of all, allowing it to bother me really, or allowing it to affect things around me or the way I felt or stuff. So my daughter doesn't have to deal with any of that. For the most part, she doesn't even have a care in the world really. And also, that's one. Number two, I had issues with trusting people with my hair. So when I couldn't get to do it because I'm a new mom, I didn't want any other person to do it. So with my daughters, during my daughter's time, it wasn't as bad because I was always getting to do my hair. I'll just like, it was difficult, but I was still going to get it in because I was in that routine. But by the time I had my second child, like, man, chill. Like, I just didn't have the baby. I started my business during my daughter's time, but then I was not pregnant, trying to open up our first store for my second child, and it was a lot. Combining that, taking care of a baby, not really having the basic help, and all of that. I mean, at the end of the day, it packed on a lot of stress, which I wasn't even aware or maybe was in denial of. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Postpartum shedding for my second child was there. I'm gonna insert some pictures and videos that I stumbled upon lately. I didn't really realize how much hair I lost in my temples and stuff, and hence that side of my hair seems to be quite short. But I'm kind of noticing that, or like I want to keep it in the past, that it's almost as if it breaks off more easily. After that, I'm just doing my best. Right now, I'm taking life slowly. I'm just taking things easy. So if you don't see me, if I don't show up, just know that that's the reason. Like, I have to really take time to rest. Like, I'm beginning to give myself more grace to slow down, to sit, and to stay in. If I feel like and all of that, one thing I need to nail is to sleep well, and that's where I would come in on the top point, like rest. Like after I've always been a bit too active. Like I like to just nailing things. I have ideas. I have so even when I'm sleeping, those things my brain is still awake for the most part. I'm recently learning the importance of sleep and how is a non-negotiable factor in a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy brain, most especially. So my circadian rhythm I altered by staying up at night, staying up late when I was taking courses online. It generally even gets altered the moment you have kids and those little ones are sucking at night. So a lot of things happen, and I've never really been a sleeper, a daytime sleeper. So but that's something I want to like covet. If to schedule, if I have to schedule a nap and just sleep off. If I have to read a book to fall asleep, yeah, do that. Then and this is not something my daughter is dealing with. So she's sleeping when she wants to. In fact, if you remove smartphones from their life, they generally play, get tired, and just sleep off. Another one is, moisturizing the hair often. I wasn't as intentional then as I am now, being that I'm very serious about this hair journey thing right now. After some time, I feel like after a while, you kind of like just get used to the fact that you have good hair. And bear in mind, I'm not a negligent naturalista. I might be like a minimal naturalista, but I'm not a negligent one. I'm not the one that just ignores my hair, but I know weeks that I went without doing my hair. Because for me, moisturization, for me, I wasn't really heavy on doing intermittent moisturization before wash day because I got to wash my hair every 4 to 7 days. So for me, like I usually just wait till that time to get in the moisture in my hair. But with a newborn, with a business, a new baby, two new babies, because my baby is a baby and the business is still a baby, it was difficult. And then I hadn't even trained anybody to do what I do. So it was difficult for me to trust that anybody was going to be able to take care of my hair. At some point, I had to sacrifice my hair for them to learn how to do their hair, to do hair. Will I say they damaged it? No, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, maybe my hair took a hit, but did they necessarily damage my hair in the process? No, really. But I mean, I kind of sacrificed a bit of snagging here and there at the beginning phase when I was training my first few staff and all of that. My daughter didn't have to deal with any of that. So because I usually basically did her hair myself until I felt okay, I could trust them with hair, and I started to let them do that. Now they're pros, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Then another reason why, basically my hair took a hit, which my daughter hasn't would not even go through or hasn't gone through, was trying to, I had a time when clients would come in and they're like, my hair is constantly covered or in six twists or stuff. Like, I mean, that I'm not encouraging them. How would they know? As like, I'm supposed to be the one showing, and I understand that, like, flaunting your hair and all of that. And it's never really been my thing to flaunt my hair. That's not how I grew long hair in my hair journey. But just to bring a kind of balance and all of that. I started flaunting my hair more often, so I'll twist and do twist out. And remember, I didn't have enough time. Remember, we were booked most of the time. I just couldn't get in wash days as quickly as possible. I couldn't get in detangling. And if I know what I know now, what stopped me from just taking a bottle of detangler and some oil and butter and just detangle my hair? I feel like I didn't know that, but when your mind is already positioned that you just do your hair on wash day, do the math. So that's it. But my daughter, she's been on the schedule from day one. Then let's say heat heat use. For me, I think the first time I kind of noticed a bit of change in my natural hair was the first time I used heat. Remember, it was still early. I just did it, and I don't know, but it wasn't so bad. But I just kind of noticed that it was a bit fragile and all of that. So right now we don't play with that shit like medium heat, high airflow, and all of that. And I've not really had any client complain that their hair has been compromised. But I would say keep the heat used to a minimum. Keep the heat used to a minimum. If you can do threading, African threading, and all of those things to stretch your hair better. And also, for me, my experience with African threading is that it kind of dries out my hair. I just don't know why. So I'm gonna try using the elastic thread, the rubber thread. This is called here. But the yarn ones, they just make my ends really dry and all of that. But I'm not knocking it because that's what I basically did all through my childhood, and I had really long hair and all of that. But that's just what I would say. Then protective styling, I wasn't huge on protective styling, and those things help. So my protective style was basically, yeah, I still do that, but remember that I'm loosening the hair to show people that I have hair and encourage people to patronize my business since it was a new business and stuff. So I'll loosen the hair and all of that. So it wasn't really protective styling. And let me just tell you something else that I started to do, which is started being negligent or thinking it didn't really matter so much to not wear my satin bonnet. I think that was the major problem I had with this journey because the hair would, postpartum hair fall would go back. But the moment I started being, remember, it's layers of stuff now. I'm not getting to wash my hair very often, and then I'm twisting it out and letting it loose for my clients to appreciate and people to appreciate. And then I'm going to sleep without a satin bonnet. Like, who does that? I went for the kill, man. So basically, for my daughter, yes. Would I say she wears a satin bonnet all the time? No. She used to. I used to be very particular about that. But because her hair was on schedule and is still on schedule, so I would say if you're experiencing any setback in your hair journey, that you should look at areas where you've changed or things you used to do that you're no longer doing. Now, those things are non-negotiable. Please, satin bonnet, silk scarf, silk pillowcase, triple layer protection as much as possible, and then washing your hair thoroughly and washing your hair regularly. Remember, like I said, I wasn't doing that. Just create a nice and simple regimen. I have one on my channel, probably put it in the description. Like create a really nice regimen, something simple that you can stick to that works for you, and trust me, you're going to be good. So my daughter hasn't had any interruption in her hair journey, basically, because from day one she's been getting top notch hair care. I don't play with that. Like I don't negotiate. It's not negotiable. And for me, I'm living. I can as well live vicariously through her. Please disclaimer: my hair is beautiful. My hair is thick. It's full. It's long. It's just not as long as it used to be, and we're getting back there. Okay, with all the protective styles, with the things we're doing, I'm sure that we're going to get back there.